Go on, you're live.
It's on there now.
Yeah.
Keep going. Bill from Pelscroft site. Bill Saunders Pelscroft site. Nobody else, just you, Bill. Nobody else, just you, yeah? You've been round arguing, whatever you're doing, you know what you're doing. Last night you come here, your dad's 57-year-old man had strokes, done what he done to his mouth, yeah? Now, a couple of months ago you done what you done to my Uncle Johnny. I rang you last time I come out and fight. You was making excuses, you're drunk, you're this, you're taking tablets, don't know what you're doing. Come out now, have a fair fight, bruv. Have a bish bash, I'm going to be a fight man, yeah? I ain't no fight man, am I? You're the fight man. Come out and have a fight. Simple as that, come out.
Today. That's it.
Come out today.
Listen, my buddy boy can't fight today because last night, like, me and him got fighting, he bit my ear off. His 2 eyes are bunged up, I bunged his 2 eyes up for him. Can't fight today, but it's me ear roll up. I ain't telling no lies. Shout out. I swear my dead sister's grave, not this Sunday, next Sunday, it's on. No problem. As much as I don't like my brother, he's still my brother and I love him. I'll watch him fair play. Simple as that. So Jim, get yourself ready, bruv. As you can see, look, I'm not telling no lies. Let's get this done for... Oh, listen, as I said today, I thought I will fight today with 0 like this. But you want to fight Bill, fair enough. Not this Sunday, next Sunday. Get it on.
It's fair enough, boys. Come on.
Let me roll up. Fair in it, boys. Fair in it, boys. What? Fair what? You know what I mean? Go on. Boys, listen. My buddy boy can't fight today because last night, like, me and him got fighting, he bit my ear off. His 2 eyes are bunged up. I bunged his 2 eyes up for him. Can't fight today, but it's me ear roll up. I ain't telling no lies. Shout out. I swear my dead sister's grave, not this Sunday, next Sunday, it's on. No problem. As much as I don't like my brother, he's still my brother and I love him. I'll watch him fair play. Simple as that. So Jim, get yourself ready, bruv. As you can see, look, I'm not telling no lies. Let's get this done for... Oh, listen, as I said today, I thought I will fight today with 0 like this. But you want to fight Bill, fair enough. Not this Sunday, next Sunday. Get it on.
It's fair enough, boys. Come on.
Let me roll up. Fair in it, boys. Fair in it, boys. What? Fair what? You know what I mean? Go on.
What's good, family? So mash the like button, subscribe and lick off the bell. Wow. So we just heard there from Billy Joe Saunders' brother responding to the beef that's been kicking off over the last few days and weeks. So what do we know? At the start of this video, I played you or replayed a video that I reacted to yesterday. That video was the Don essentially calling out Billy Joe Saunders for whooping on his old folks, yeah? Billy Joe Saunders has been whooping on people's folks. People's old folks, old sick folks, old stroke victim looking ass folks. They're the Dons who Billy Joe Saunders feels comfortable whooping on. Why? Well, we know why. He got, listen, he got traumatised, yeah? There's no way I can cut it and we can try and make out something it's not. The fact of the matter is, Billy Joe Saunders got traumatised and victimised. And the victims make victims, no doubt. The abused, abuse, 100%. But anyway, before I crack on, airing this dude out some more, let me give you, man, a quick chronicle. Like I said, this whole thing started with some next Donny piping up saying, which you heard at the very start of this video, he said, listen, Billy, I'm sick to death of you sticking it all over my pops and my people them. Sick of it. Sick to death of hearing if you whooped on, I'm sick to death of hearing you whooped on another one of my uncles who's got a stroke. Sick of it. I want you bad, Billy. You're meant to be a big fighting man. I want you. Yeah, that's what the man said. Next thing you know, my man's telling us that, I rang Billy, and Billy was crying about, I was off the pills, I was off the drink. Please don't whoop me. Please allow me whooping on your old folks. That's what Billy was doing. Nobody ever lied. Billy begged not to get some whooping from some able-bodied dude. I'm not being funny, yeah? I don't know that guy from Adam, but I respect him as a man. And he ain't even that big, but that's what I respect it. I respect it because despite not being massive, he wants to smoke. Listen, he ain't looking to pick on no vulnerable people. Apart from Billy, trust me, he's vulnerable. But trust me, he all the way vulnerable. But on a serious note, he ain't trying to. Despite whoever he isn't, he wants Billy. He ain't picking on no goofy 50-year-old, 60-year-old stroke victim dad. Someone's pops. No doubt. He wants you, Bill. He don't want to hear about you off the pills. Because the pills didn't make you whoop on some old dude, did they? Because what we know is, as I've explained before, what you notice about Billy is, and these kind of cats. Oh, it was the pills. Billy, you sound like a woman. Not a woman, but you sound like a Don. You know, ones there where chicks go to a club, and they end up having a 10-man train ran. Oh, I was drunk. It wasn't me. It wasn't me who had a 10-carriage train ran on me last night. It was the drink. No, it wasn't the drink. Yeah, not even a bit of the drink. Had 10 man running a train. You was there for the train. You loved the train. She loved the train. The same way Billy loved whooping on old folks. The only reason Billy come up with the excuse that he's off the drink, off the pills, was because he don't want to take no accountability. Why? Because he don't want to get whooped by someone able-bodied. No doubt. Billy can't fight. If he could, he'd have turned up. If he could, he wouldn't have jacked in the corner. Fighting, yeah, is when you get hit by someone able-bodied and you hit back. Guess what? Billy got hit once and folded. He didn't throw back. He hopped out. Watch the fight. He gets hit once in the eye, gets a little bit of a mouse under his eye, a little bit of bruising, and he jumped out. He didn't fight back. Fight back would have been, wow, well done, Alvarez. You hit me back once. I'm going to hit you back. He didn't do that. Billy got hit once and found a way out. Ran out of the fight. No doubt. You can actually watch it. It's quite interesting. Literally, Billy gets hit, and then 45 seconds later, he runs around for 45 seconds and then finds his exit. But anyway, that's the background of the situation. 2-2s. The video we're going to analyse today is the one that come after it. Billy Joe Saunders' brother pipes up and says, listen. And it's crazy. People, I'm sure there's going to be people, yeah, in my comment section saying, oh, YB, how do you know this is Billy Joe Saunders' brother? I'm not being funny. Just listen to what he says. Off the gate, no word of a lie, yeah? I'll be honest with you, man. Initially, I had questions. Is this Billy Joe Saunders' brother? Is this Billy Joe Saunders' family? But then, the minute I heard him talking, already making excuses. Oh, well, you know, oh, my Aaron. I'd fight you today, but my Aaron. Oh, what? What do you mean you fight you today, but your ear? So what? Are you going to fight today or not? Because as far as it sounds to me like you're just fine. Sounds to me like you got any excuse. Oh, I'd fight today, but my ear. As if that's some mad thing. Some mad obstacle. Oh, I'd fight today, but I've got no legs and no arms. I'd get that. We can work with that. Do you understand? I'd fight you today, but I got no ear. Got one ear damaged. And the worst thing is, my man ends up showing the camera, boss man, there's nothing there. But again, in a way, I'm glad this video exists, because at least now we all know it's all confirmed. 100% this is Billy Joe Saunders' kin. Yeah, 100% Billy Joe Saunders' family. This is more accurate than DNA testing. 100%. Why is it more accurate than DNA testing? Because they stay the same. All the excuses, the Furies, the Billy Joe Saunderses, all them man sound exactly the same, full of excuses. All the excuses under the sun. Oh well, I'll fight you today, but my ear. Wow, you sound like David Hay. You sound like David Hay saying he was going to smoke Vlad, but his big toe. In fact, at least to be fair to David Hay, he got in there first and then bottled it. You don't even want to get in there in true Billy Joe Saunders fashion style. And what makes me laugh even more, yeah? Your man Billy Joe Saunders didn't dare answer the beef. Didn't dare answer it. Your man Billy Joe Saunders made excuses about how he's off the pills and how he's off the drink. Please don't send for me. And then obviously Billy ends up begging his family to help him out, and they end up flopping as well. How bad's that? There ain't one Don in the whole Billy Joe Saunders family who has any backbone. Not one straight shooting man. All you man full of excuses. It's no wonder no wonder he jacked in the corner against Alvarez. Just look at the kin. Shocking. Never seen so many uncertain men. Never seen so many men with so much to say and no action. Oh, I'll fight you now, but my ear. Oh, 2 weeks on, and the worst thing, and then he starts talking about not next Friday, but the Friday after. What? Not next Friday, but 6 Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? The Thursday after the 4th Wednesday. What's wrong with you? What we know is, the man who called you out, he weren't giving it all that. He says he wants you now. He wants you bad. That's how the bare knuckle thing's supposed to go, people. It's not supposed to be, the second Thursday on the June. Oh, you know what I'm saying? One of them ones. When the Thursday after the leaves from the last tree, you know, all that kind of stuff. Do some biblical thing. Some next biblical forest thing. Oh, when the last tree sheds the last leaf, that'll fight on the Thursday after that. What's wrong with this guy? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's goofy looking ass. What's wrong with these people, man? You just don't want to fight. Be honest with people. Come out and be straight. Better yet, don't say anything. I know you felt bad. I know likely, from what I've heard, people close to Billy Joe Saunders, I heard that obviously Billy Joe Saunders is the money man. So obviously, Billy's super shook. Billy's making excuses about how he's off the pills and off the drink. So he ends up putting the call in saying, Cuzzy, brother, help me out. I'm down bad. Yeah, got some next on sending for me. I'm down all the way bad. Come answer this beef. I got some little change for you. That's what he said, 100%. He said, listen, handle this beef for me. Try and make me look a bit better than I'm already down, because I'm down bad. I'm already begging it, sounding like some next Saturday night or Sunday morning female regrets thing. Oh, I was off the pills, I'm off the drink. So Billy Ho Saunders was already roasted. He had nothing left to lose. So he ends up picking the phone up to his brethren, to his brother, and his brother just ends up flopping as well. You may as well, I'm not being funny, yeah, Billy, that 10 grand you paid your brother, yeah, for that. You may as well have just carried on with what you was doing about the whole pills and drink thing, because this was much. I hate to break it here, this was worse. You're better off staying radio silent. You've actually clapped back, and all I heard was moistness. Oh, my earring. Oh. What we know is the man who called you out didn't talk about ear, didn't talk about nothing, didn't talk about 6 Wednesdays on a Thursday. The first Wednesday after the first. He said he wants you tomorrow. ASAP. That's it. No ear. No doctor appointment. No biblical prediction of the date the fight needs to happen. Just crack on. And that's how it's supposed to be, and it's interesting. In my last video reacting to this topic yesterday, I actually told you, man, that Billy Ho Saunders and their family, they're not real bare knuckle people. They're not. They assimilated the culture. They saw an opportunity and jumped on it, and they've rode it. Fair play to them. Have been extremely successful, well, relatively. Not in their actual sport, but in terms of making money, they've done well. Has Billy Ho Saunders got any boxing credibility? No, because he jacked. But as far as making money goes, I can't argue with that. I'd be a liar if I told you Billy Ho Saunders hasn't made good money. But the facts are, making good money doesn't mean you're really bare knuckle. Doesn't mean the bare knuckle blood courses your veins. Because Billy, you don't have no bare knuckle blood. And no one in your kin has any either. So I feel quite vindicated, because there was a bunch of dudes in my comments. I told you yesterday, there ain't none of these dudes, Billy Ho Saunders, Tyson Fury, none of them have any, none of the Fury family, none of the Billy Ho Saunders family have any bare knuckle blood in them. And what do we know? Next thing we know, they get called out, and every single one of them got some sort of excuse. I'm off the pills, I'm off the drink, my ear's hurting. Wow. I'm not being funny here. I've seen 70-year-old Joyce, I've got his first name, but I think it might be Joe Joyce. Either way, I've seen 65-year-old Joe Joyce and some next on, cracking on. I'm sure, I think of all the ailments, I'm not being funny here, I think it's Joe Joyce. Whoever it was, he was about 65 years old, and I'm not being funny, he wasn't in the best shape. He looked like he'd seen much better days. I didn't hear about, I'm sure he had a whole load of ailments. We didn't hear about none of them. Guess what? He cracked on. He got to it. Why? Because the bear, rightly or wrongly, I don't know them dons from Adam, but what we do know is actions speak louder than words. And guess who don't have no actions? Billy Ho Saunders and Tyson Fury. The only actions they have is jacking. That's the truth. That's the only action we can confirm. No doubt. There ain't a bit of any other actions they be doing, apart from gassing the place up and jacking, 100%. 70-year-old Joe Joyce in there, throwing down. No ear. This young buck, Billy Ho Saunders wheeled out his brother. He wheeled him out. He's 30-year-old, 35-year-old, and you're talking about his ear. What's wrong with you? My man wants a fight. He didn't ask you for a listening contest. Do you understand? Is that just me? I don't get that. Is that maybe it's just me. He asked you for a fight. Not for a listening contest. Not for a countdown where you go, oh, well, the thing is, sorry, boss, I can't play countdown with you because you have to kind of listen to the letter. Not one of them ones. It's a fight. Crack on. Or don't. Or be quiet. But the fact Billy paid you to clap back, and this is what you came up with. Wow, it just shows how scary the whole Billy Ho Saunders family are. They got no intention of throwing hands. And you know what makes me laugh the most? What makes me laugh the most, there was some goofy Billy Ho Saunders fans, some goofy Tyson Fury fans in my comment section yesterday telling me, oh, IB, I can't believe you're so naive to think that $1 million boxer would be open to doing bare knuckle and he'll go to jail and he'll get fines. Did you miss the part where he's been whooping on people's old folks? You muppet. Oh, so wait there a minute. So it's alright for Billy to whoop on people's old folks. He's not worried about fines. He's not worried about going to jail for that, but he don't want to do something where it's two fair men having a fair fight. Oops. You goofy. You, man, what you need to do is get Billy Ho Saunders, tell him to unravel himself from hanging at the back of you, because right now he 3-4 inches deep in you. All the way up. Listen, right now Billy Ho Saunders is 4 inches deep in last week's din-dins. 100%. Billy Ho Saunders pushing your wife's cooking back in for you. Yeah, your wife told you before. Billy Ho Saunders fans, your dinner goes out. You know what I'm saying? Even it's not meant to be pushed back in. Right now, Billy pushing yours all the way back in for you, no doubt. And if you don't like it, like I told you before, any Billy Ho Saunders goofies, my Twitter's in the bio. Not one of you man step up in the DMs. Not one of you. You're all goofies. You ain't gonna do nothing. That's what we know. I'm not being funny here. Can't lie to you. A few months ago, I called out Billy Ho Saunders and any of his goofy fans, and I thought, you know what? Maybe there might be some 30 dons here. What we know now is, 5 months later, there ain't one 30 don between a whole lot of you. No doubt. The YB, listen, I stay stroking myself off over all you, man. What we know is you ain't good enough in the bar either. Because if you was, you'd have stepped up already. Not even a little, not even half of one of you man want to step up. You're too shook. And it makes perfect sense now why you're so shook. Because look at your generals, the man you stay riding. This is the best they've got, an earache. He can't throw hands because he's got an earache. Why did you bother making the video? I'm not being funny. Well, we know why. Because you got paid. So I get it. From your point of view, I'm not being funny. If I didn't want to fight, yeah, but one of my dons offered me 10 grand, I'd probably take the 10 grand to make an excuse too, but let's call a spade here. Let's spell it out for you. For some of you slow dons, for some of you Billy Ho Saunders and Tyson Fury slow dons, because clearly you must, well, not clearly, you are slow, because to be their fans, you got to be super duper slow, 100%. So I'll spell it out for you, man, for you super slow ones, yeah? Your man's Billy and his whole family don't want nothing to do with no fighting. That's what they don't want. That's why you heard about Billy making excuses about the drink. That's why you heard his brethren, his brother come out and say, oh, my ears. Never heard I've never heard, never heard or seen such a collection of scary dudes. I've never seen a family. I've never seen a collective family. And not one man has a backbone. It's madness. It makes me laugh now looking back on, thinking about it now. Do you man remember, yeah, all them times where Billy Ho Saunders' kids would be acting aggressive, like they're going to do something. And back then, I can't lie to you, back then 5 years ago, I thought, wow, maybe these bare knuckle dudes are hard, and oops. Now we know it's all a big fraud. They act hard when they're in situations. Oh look, there's loads of security, there's loads of cameras. Because me, I kicked the little runt in the head. Truth be known, if there was no cameras and no retribution. And Billy Ho Saunders knew that. He knew that, oh, yeah, kids act up because there's loads of cameras and it's not socially acceptable. Back in the day, 50 years ago, if kids played that game, they'd have got a clip round the back of the head. At the bare minimum. Do you understand? And rightfully so. You don't run up on, but you don't, I'm sorry, but for me, there's animal kingdom rules. When you're 2 foot tall, you don't run up on no one. Don't care whose son you think you are. I'll clap him and clap you. Clap both. In fact, I'll clap both of your heads together. How about that? I'll clap Pops' head and Ute's head one time. Yeah? And you can talk about how both your heads are sore on the way home. Not 100% confirmed. That's what you will be doing. Try that stuff. What do you think this is? You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, he kicked him in the balls. No, we ain't playing that. Like I said, you'll be comparing the lumps on your heads on the way home. Yeah, 100%. No doubt. Anyway, before I go, I want to talk about some of the... I wrote down the words that this Billy Ho Saunders brother used. I want to recite them because it was truly something mad. He said... And what makes me laugh about this cat, yeah, they always... I'm not sure what the terminology is, but there's some sort of word for this. They make a statement. For example... My people can't fight today. My ear's banged up. But you know I'm fair. Oh, you know I'm fair. You know it's real. Does that make sense? Oh, you know I'm down for fighting. You know I'd fight any day, but my ears hurt. You know it's a fair. You know I'm being real. You know I wouldn't lie. Do we? All we've heard so far is you got called out and you've made a whole bag of excuses. And you've made some mad what's the word? You've made some mad prediction about the future date. Yeah? That's all we've heard. We ain't heard nothing real or fair about you. All we've heard is a bunch of gassing. And the only thing maybe a bit believable is the part you said you don't even like your brother. Oh, wow, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. You don't even like his brother, but that says it all, really, doesn't it? That says it all about Billy Saunders' character. His own brother don't like him, and it makes sense now. Why would his brother, who don't like him, call out this dude? He says the brother alleges, even though I don't like Bill, I'm gonna back him. No, you know what happened? You got paid. You got paid 10 grand, and that's what it is. Got paid 10 grand to handle the beef, because Billy don't want to get... The last thing Billy needs right now is another tape of him getting turned out some more by some random dude on the street side. He can't afford that. You understand? So he has to send his brother in there instead. Billy told his brother, listen bro, I'm now a millionaire, and I can't afford to get turned out one more time on international TV. I do not want to end up in the recasting of Brokeback Mountain 3. Yeah, I already starred in Brokeback Mountain 2. The last thing I want now is to be recast in the trilogy. 100%. And that's why his brother got wheeled out. And his brother was wow, he's sad. This was sad. This was the baddest. Oh, you keep going on about it. Oh, what else can I do? This was bad. I'm sorry. This is the worst call out. Well, even I'm not sure what it was. It was bad. That's what it was. It was bad. All the way bad. Oh, my Aaron. I'm fair. And if he was real, if he was fair, you'd say, Bill, what you doing whooping on old people? Because that for me, I don't care. But personally, yeah, people say blood's thicker than water or whatever. For me, blood ain't thicker than... What's the word? Blood ain't thicker than righteousness. I don't care whose brother it is. Like some dons, yeah, their family will do things that are wrong, and they'll defend it, and they'll find it. Oh, it's all right because it's my family. But them same people, yeah, other people's families do it, and they're kicking off. But theirs do it. Oh, nah. For me, that's not it. If my brother was whooping on old people, I would be obliged to whoop on him myself. That's how I feel. Not back in the beef. No word of a lie. If my brother whooped on some old dude, I'd be backing the dude to whoop him. I'd set him up, to be fair. I'd set him up, obviously, not to get offed, but I'd set him up to get whooped for sure. Yeah? If he was hiding somewhere like Billy Ho's hiding, I'd set him up and say, yeah, let's meet at this location for a drink. I'd get him set up 100%. Because you need to learn. You can't be whooping on old people and then run away from the beef. You must learn. There's consequences to actions. You can't whoop some old dudes and run off and hide somewhere and then send people out to do your bidding for you. And even they're goofies. You can't do that. That don't work. But unfortunately, there ain't no real people like the YB out there. Everyone's a goofy. Everyone's a fangirl. This dude here, Billy Ho Saunders' brother, he goofy. Yeah, he desperate. He needed a check. He needed a check bad. That's all we can conclude right now. He needed a check super duper bad. No doubt. But anyway, the very last thing I want to say is, I would fight. Last quote, I swear down. I know I've kind of overdone this, but this video for me was just too much. He goes. You know me, I would fight with my ear either way. He goes, I swear down. He goes, I would fight. You know me, I'd fight either way. You know me, I'd fight with my ear bad either way. You just made a video saying that I want to fight you, but my ear's hurting. At the end of that video, that you basically said I can't fight you right now because my ear's popped. You then say, you know me, I'd fight you with my ear bad regardless. You wouldn't. That's the whole point of this video. The whole point of you crying in this video about how you can't fight right now. And how you need to wait until the last leaf falls off the oak tree. Yeah? How about telling all the man about how we'll fight on the Thursday after the last leaf falls off the sickle tree. That's all these kind of prophetic things. That's what he was saying. Did he not? You man tell me. Did he or did he not talk about some prophetic date? He didn't say, yeah man, let's get it in on Thursday. He said, yeah, we'll fight on the second Thursday after the last leaf dropped off the sickle tree. No doubt. It was something mad like that. I can't remember what he said, but it was something along the lines of that. What it was, listen, what it weren't, it was straightforward. That's what it wasn't. Not even a bit straightforward was the date. He was talking some madness, some mad prophetic thing. Yeah? So you know you wouldn't fight regardless of your ear. That's what you made this video. You mind just listen to yourselves. Listen to the video you put out. The last thing you want to do is be fighting regardless. Because me, yeah, if it was me, and to be fair, any real bare knuckle dude, the YB included, you get called out. Let's run it. Yeah, let's run it. No ear, no leg, no big toe, David Hay. Let's run it. That's it. And there you go. There's the proof that Billy Ho Saunders and his whole family ain't real bare knuckle. They're not. They're fakes. They're wannabes. They're soft. Yeah? No doubt.